In July 2019, Jeffrey Epstein landed near New York. He was not hiding in the shadows. He arrived by private jet. Federal agents were waiting. The door opened. The billionaire stepped out, and the past came with him. This was not just another arrest. It was a shockwave, through money, through power, through names people recognized. Epstein had spent years around influence, mansions, private flights, locked gates, quiet rooms. But now, the cameras were on him. Prosecutors accused him of sex trafficking minors. The words were impossible to ignore. The case was dark. The victims were real, and the system had failed them before. Years earlier, Epstein had walked away with a deal that many people still could not understand. But in 2019, the case came back. Louder, stronger, and harder to bury. Courtrooms filled, reporters waited outside. Cameras chased every movement. Powerful people went silent. Lawyers prepared statements. Investigators opened files. Survivors finally had the world listening. Epstein had built a life behind walls. Walls around his homes. Walls around his money. Walls around his secrets. But an indictment cut through them. Page by page. Charge by charge. The image of power began to crack. The private jet became evidence. The mansion became a crime scene. The rich man became a defendant. And suddenly the question was bigger than Epstein. Who helped him? Who looked away? Who opened the doors? Who kept them closed? By the end of that week, one arrest had become a national reckoning. After the arrest, the story moved behind the gates. It moved to mansions, to flight records, to islands, to names investigators could not ignore. Epstein's world was built for distance. A private jet made distance disappear. A mansion made silence feel normal. A gate kept questions outside. And an island turned access into isolation. From the air, it looked almost unreal. Quiet water, dark beaches, lights behind locked doors. But investigators were not looking for beauty. They were looking for patterns. Who traveled, who arranged, who worked the doors, who kept the schedule. The records mattered, the flights mattered, the staff mattered, the rooms mattered. Because wealth was not just comfort, it was protection. It created distance from police, distance from reporters, distance from accountability. Survivors described a world that felt untouchable, a world of closed gates, silent phones, paid loyalty, and powerful access. Investigators traced the circle carefully, mansion by mansion, flight by flight, contact by contact. No single image explained it. The power was in the system. A jet here, a house there, a private room, a quiet assistant, a lawyer on standby, a document sealed away. And every piece asked the same question. How did this continue for so long? The public wanted names, prosecutors wanted evidence, survivors wanted accountability. But Epstein's life had been designed to blur the trail, to hide people behind walls, to hide movement behind luxury, to hide harm behind money. Then investigators found the older wound, the deal from years before, and the case that had never truly ended. Long before 2019, another file had opened. Police reports began to stack up. Survivors spoke. Detectives listened. And the case climbed higher. Then the lawyers arrived. Meetings moved behind closed doors. A deal was placed on the table. Not the trial many expected, not the reckoning survivors wanted. The courtroom stayed quiet. Epstein took punishment on paper, but the sentence looked different in practice. Jail in the morning, a private office by day, back behind bars at night. To many people, it did not look like justice. Years passed, but the file did not disappear. Reporters started digging. court records resurfaced, line by line. The old deal began to look bigger, bigger than one sentence, bigger than one defendant. It had protected silence, names stayed blurred, questions grew louder, survivors pushed back. No longer whispers in courtrooms, on microphones, outside courthouse doors. The past opened again. Investigators compared old failures with the new case. Prosecutors saw a pattern. Money had delayed accountability. Influence had softened consequences. Secrecy had hidden the damage. And the system had looked away. The deal was meant to close the case. Instead, it became proof of the failure. In August 2019, the case was moving toward court. Prosecutors were preparing. Survivors were waiting. Names were still hidden in records. Then the story changed again. Epstein was found dead inside jail. Not in a mansion, not on an island, in federal custody. The official ruling was suicide, but the silence around it was explosive. The cameras did not answer everything. The guards were questioned, procedures were examined. The jail became the center of the scandal. How could this happen? To a defendant this important? With so many survivors waiting and so many questions still alive? Reporters rushed to the jail. Lawyers rushed to statements. Survivors heard the news like another door closing. No trial, no cross-examination, no full public reckoning. But the case did not die with him. Records kept moving. Civil claims continued. Associates faced scrutiny. The estate became a target. Sealed names became pressure points. Every document mattered. Every failure mattered. The story was no longer about one man. It was about protection, access, silence, and the cost of looking away. Epstein's money built walls. His death did not bring answers. It left survivors with a different fight. To be believed, to be heard, and to make the system answer.